Welcome to TradersArmy.com, defending your right to build wealth and preserve capital for generations to come. Hey everybody, welcome to the weekend edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I am your host, Chuck Fulkerson. Hope everybody had a great trading day on Friday and is having a great weekend. I know we're doing this a bit early, but that's because tonight is our first ever live trading room. Go to TradersArmy.com if you'd like to join. There's still time for you to join at TradersArmy.com. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I won't go too deep, and I won't spend too much time on this one for today because we don't have the markets open yet. But I will review a little bit of Friday's action and talk about what could still come in. So S&P. So we dropped 14 points on the S&P on Friday. Fairly strong move down. However, we came down to the level that we had marked off as a potential reversal point. So we came into this level, got a nice little bit of a bounce off of it. I will tell you personally, I didn't believe in holding it over the weekend, and we traded all the way to the bottom. So we need to remove that level at this point. That level is no longer going to be valid. We are definitely in a downward trend, but the 2-hour rally at the end of the day on Friday, I think was probably just a short covering rally. My gut tells me it was a short covering rally. People didn't want to hold their shorts into the weekends, and so I think that we will probably open up pretty flat from where we closed on Friday, and then I would be more apt to think about us trading down. The reason for that is just that I see that now we've traded all the way back up into this little strong reversal point, and I think that we could come back down from here. So if you're so inclined, I think there's definitely an opportunity to get short if we get a candle-to-candle style of a trade. So we'll look at that one a little bit later once the markets open up. In the NASDAQ, look at the NQ. So in the NQ, if you recall, I had put out a tweet about these NQ levels, and the NQ level that I specifically had tweeted about. Matter of fact, I will pull it up because I think it's important to see. When we had tweeted about the NQ level, what we were looking at specifically was the fact that the NQ had come into the level, and it's a confirmation-based entry. So we get long as it comes back out of the level, and by getting long as it comes back out of the level, that sets us up for the better opportunity. But let me go to the tweet that I had put up. So when I had put the tweet up, let me pull this thread up here. It said that what we were looking for is NQ confirmation level worked for a little 2-to-1, but don't love it now. The point is that it didn't. It gave us a little bit of a rally out of this level, and it was a quick little 2-to-1, and then it was done. And that's really why we have those style of trades. Because if it's not working out for you, now why did it do that? Well, I think it was because of the base that we had here before the level. And the basing before the level definitely weakened the move. So now we got to take that area off. And once again, I think this one also could be a better short opportunity as well. An area to consider if we don't start going short right away is this area right up here. This could be a potential reversal point as well off the hourly chart. Crude oil. So in crude oil, we have rallied. Friday was a big rally all day. Not any strong reversal off of this area. It was a really big rally down from this bottom. There's a good chance. I think that we will continue to come down. When I go back and look at this on the bigger picture time period, I see that we still are in a downward trend. Lower swing highs, lower swing lows, those are still prevailing. Gold, still chopping sideways. Nothing for me to add in gold. I don't see any reason to add anything new to this gold trades. I think it stays right where it is. Bonds, currency market. So in our bond arena, price came into our level, and then it came and did one of those on us. And so the bond level completely failed miserably. Now, why did that fail so miserably? Well, we were dealing with everything that happened in Turkey, which it had a tremendous impact on on all the the strength in the US dollar and a lot of these other currencies. So we didn't really get an entry in any of our currencies, and I don't have a whole lot to add at this point onto these particular currencies. In the Aussie, we may get a little opportunity for a reversal up here, but we've got to make it up there first. In the euro, same thing. A good reversal opportunity up here, but we got to make it there first. All of those, we've got to make it to that area. The Canadian dollar, we do have a couple of areas down below us. So let's see if we make it down to those. So not a whole lot really in there to add. Last and certainly not least, Great British Pound, Japanese Yen. Japanese Yen has actually maintained its strength on that rising trend line. The British Pound, where we'd had a potential for a reversal, off of the daily chart, it did not come to fruition. Well, now we're starting to gain a little bit of support down here. Looking at this back on the daily, we've had just a number of days in a row of the pound just continuing to fall. For those of you that plan on going to the UK, now's the time to go visit. But we broke below this pivot low, and breaking below that pivot low. Now we have a little bit of a reversal, but the question would be, is that reversal going to be enough for price to turn around, that lower wick? And lower wicks are buying opportunities. I just don't see this buying opportunity being one that I'm going to be willing to jump in on at this point. I would actually wait for a reversal up into one of these areas, and looking at it on the 1 hour, it would probably be this area right here. So it's slightly above the pivot. Slightly above the pivot is this area right here. And you could include this pivot as well. But the reason I like this area slightly above the pivot is because this pivot occurred in the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night Eastern time, which is not as strong. And then also this acted as support in the past. And so old support becomes new resistance quite often, and that's really where I would look for price to come down through. So with that being said, I'm going to turn this bad boy over. For those of you that are joining us tonight, I can't wait to be in our live trading room where we're going to look for some opportunities. If you want to join, go to tradersarmy.com. Until tomorrow, I will see you all soon. Later.